Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to Legends of Runeterra. I am Yoshi McCloud. What we're going to be doing here is, this is going to be the beginning of a series. We're going to be calling this The Road to... let's say I'm high. Road to Diamond. So, what I'm going to be doing here is, I'm going to be playing through the ranked ladder on Legends of Runeterra. I'm currently, I believe, Silver 4 is my current rank. And we're going to work through with the different decks I have to do our best to get to Diamond. Alright, so I'm going to show off the deck that we're going to be playing today. This is a deck that I've dubbed Shadow Tempo. It's kind of a tempo deck, using mostly Shadow Owl's cards and just a wee bit of Freljord cards. Our champions for this deck are going to be 3 copies of Elise as well as 3 copies of Kalista. This deck's goal is basically to try to end the game reasonably quickly. It has some very aggressive lines in it, but it can switch gears into a more defensive style in order to draw the game out for a late game finish. That being said, let us jump in. Oh, I'm bronze. I thought I was silver. Oops. I am bronze 4. So we're going to play for probably somewhere between half an hour to an hour. I'm probably going to try to keep it around 30 minutes of gameplay. Alright, we are against Heimendinger, there, Ionia, and Piltover. Let's see what we can do. I actually very much like this hand. This is actually a pretty solid hand. Only thing that would make it better is if we had our 1-drop in it, but good start. Alright, nothing we can do on turn 1, so that's fine. We have to pass. And a Kalista. So, I can go this on 3. This on 2. It looks like our opponent's on some type of control deck, so they probably have lots of removal. I'm curious as to see what happens when I run this Kalista out on 3. I'm not really too concerned if it dies. We have an Elise as another, like, powerful card. Alright. That's a Shadow Assassin. We'll just swing. My opponent can't block here, so this is a free 4 points of damage. I think they're just going to let this go through. Yeah, nice. So my opponent's on 7 cards in hand. I'm on 5. Oh no, my opponent is killing my champion. Shock. I totally didn't expect that. They clearly wanted to get a little bit more value out of their card, so that's why they did that. Which I think that's fine. I can play this and get my Butcher. Not a Butcher, my Escaped Amalgam. I think I will do that. We'll put 2 big creatures in. I know we're not attacking next turn, but I'm okay with this idea based on what my opponent's shown. Ooh, I like this. It's an elusive threat, so since the threat's elusive, I cannot block it, but that's fine. We have a nice bit of tempo. Oh, they're going to kill one of my dinguses. I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. I think, given what my opponent's doing, I'm actually going to run out a bunch of creatures right now. Because I'm going to open my next turn and just swing immediately. Ooh, picked up another Kalista. That's pretty dope, actually. Yeah, just immediately swing. 9 points of damage coming in. My opponent could block any of these. They might block the 4/4. They might block the 1/1. I don't think they're gonna block here. Okay, what you got? What spell we throwing out here? It was gonna deal 1 damage to 2 of my dinguses. That's fine, actually. They aren't declaring a block, so we're still gonna get in for 6 points of damage. I'm more than okay with that. Opponent's got 2 mana left. I think we'll just run this out. So if my opponent decides they want to kill more of my stuff, they're going to start losing life for it. stronger. Oh. My opponent has 3 mana left. It's all spell mana. So they could start trying to pick apart some of my guys. There's a part of me that's a little bit worried about that idea. But then I also don't think I care that much. See, my opponent just tapped out. Well, they're going to get the 3 spell mana off of this. And they get a drill. So the drill makes another elusive threat. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I could run this out, sacking one of my guys. Because if I do that now, what will end up happening is at the end of turn, my Kalista is going to evolve. And I actually think I like that idea. It's also going to put some damage threat on my opponent. Like, even though I'm not going to get the block with these, and I don't even get to challenger their stuff, this is going to give me Kalista evolve, unless they have something to do something about it, which is going to push the issue on them. And then if... Cool, so they're just getting in for damage. Another elusive drill. That's a lot of elusive drills. Which, it's fine. Because I'm going to take, what, 11 damage this turn? Which is a lot. It's not an insignificant amount of damage. 11 damage that I can't interact with. Yep. Now Kalista evolves. And on my turn, I'm just going to swing immediately. I have no reason to do anything otherwise. And technically, I can eat a couple of their guys. At this point, I want to get the attack in. Yeah. So it's fine. We'll see how they decide to block with their guys. Alright, he's trying to find a spell. See what that gives him. Heimerdinger's getting another drill. They have a lot of things that kind of need to be blocked right now.
Interesting solution.
Alright, Heimerdinger's on a block. We have Drill Guy on a block. Another Drill Guy on a block.
It's too late.
And that. So I think they're dead. On these blocks, they die. Cool. Stun an attacking enemy. So let's take a look here, actually. So the way this is going to turn out, 1, 2, 3 are going to die. They're going to take 2, and then they're also going to take some damage from these guys dying. 1 and 2 dying. He's also stunning my Kalista. I guess I can't really do anything about that. I think this is still over though.
So young. My most groundbreaking invention to date. Everyone's a garden.
Yep. Nice and easy. Alright. Alright, nothing. They really didn't have anything to pressure me or scare me. I think I just really ran them over and ran them out of that game. Alright. That was about 9 minutes. We can probably get at least 2 more games in before I want to have this video done. Alright, good first game though. Very good first game. I feel like this deck, I really want to take my aggressive lines, especially if I have hands that have enough threat density that my opponent having a response to my aggressive line doesn't screw me. Okay. They have 4 different champions in their deck, which means that they actually are very unlikely to have multiples. Also, those champions, I don't think they play well together. Interesting. I don't really want the Fury of the North right now. Oh, that's a much better hand. This opening... So we'll go with that on 1. See what my opponent does. On 2, we go Elise. And then we will swing. Ooh, this can block my Elise. So the question becomes, do I offer the trade? That's like a really good question right now. Do we actually offer the trade here? I think so. It's not a terrible decision to offer a trade here because they block anything and their thing dies. Yeah. I'm completely okay with this trade coming through because now they end up taking more damage here. Oh, Master Zed. We'll put out something that can block profitably. I'll end up blocking with this and blocking the shadow. Yeah, it's completely fine. Oh, I get to eat something and draw a card. I like that. Use my bird to buff my guys in my deck a little bit. Alright. Okay, that's an early atrocity. Let's put out the Cursed Keeper. So he's gonna stun my guy. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna put you out then. And I think what I want to do is I actually want to swing with all these guys. Yes. I want to swing right now. Let's see what pressure we can put on our opponent. Huh. I thought I got a chance to actually eat one of my guys after he declared blocks. I think I thought incorrectly. So most of their mana is going on dropping the Jinx. They're probably going to swing now, which is slightly dangerous for me. Granted ally. Okay. That sucks that Zed's elusive now. So, this is a swing for a lot of damage. That's 13 points of damage. I need to place blocks here. If I block here, I only take 9. If I block here, I take 10. If I block here, I take 10. I don't get his thing off the board, but Zed doesn't level up. Which a leveled up Zed can be scary. I think this is the correct block. Alright, we'll eat this, draw 2 cards. Alright, where are my cards? What do I get? What do I get? Another one? Okay.
Kneel students, rise warriors.
Gives a lot of his guys a lot of stuff.
Can't fly if you don't try.
3 cards in hand to my 2. I think I'm gonna end round. We have an Elise, so if we lose our Kalista, it's not the end of the world. Is this Zed still elusive? That's annoying.
Do not deny me. Get the other forward.
Okay. Well, I'm going to kill Zed. Like, that's not even a question. I don't like the situation I'm getting put in, but I can't really do too much about it. So what we'll do is... Cool, we don't even have really profitable blocks, because we can't block either of those, so we're gonna take a decent chunk of damage no matter what. We're taking 2 damage no matter what. We might be taking 5. Hopefully we're not taking 5. This could be a deny. That's a deny, yeah. That sucks a lot. Yeah. You evolved Zed. And now you make multiple shadows. Okay. So the question becomes, what do I want to do next turn? My opponent has 3 cards in hand, and unfortunately, I'm in a position where I need to push the issue right now. We'll eat this one. We can still play They Who Endure. Is this another deny? No, they're just drawing spells. Okay. The problem is, I think if my opponent untaps, I die. Like, I genuinely think that if I don't kill them right now, I think I lose. Okay, I don't know why my opponent did all that. That changes my plans now. That actually changed my plans a lot.
Everyone's a garden.
I don't get another one of these, but I think these are more valuable. Because I can force Zed to block, which will get him off the board. So Zed, you're here. We're going to grab you. Here. Put Kalista out, put you out, and put you out. Jinx can still block Kalista, but that's the only profitable block they have on the Kalista. And I get the thing that draws me a card. That's really good, actually. I wasn't sure which thing she was going to bring back. My opponent still has 4 mana, which is definitely a significant amount.
Defy and resist.
Alright, sure, we'll trade there. I don't actually have an issue with that trade. We'll trade there. I don't have an issue with that.
Stay still, I'm trying to shoot you.
Sure. I just wiped your board.
Into darkness. Light the signal fires.
That's unfortunate that I don't get any damage through, but I think the fact that I got so much out of that sequence is way worth me not getting any damage. The only problem is if my opponent has something that... If they have something else elusive, or they can pump this, I die. But I have no way to play around that, so we don't play around what we can't beat. Oh my god, we have a way to beat that.
You'll wanna give me some space, promise.
What a butt. That thing has barrier too. I mean, you know, just we're gonna snap that one off in response. Kill that thing. Yeah, and I'll pick my 2 dudes up. That's not a problem. By the way, we will endure. I love it. We had to take a controlling role in this game, but
Relax and strike.
yeah, look. If you're just gonna have barrier, I'm just gonna block you with some nonsense. Okay. Let's put my Kalista back out. Let's see what they do. It's not that big of a deal. You make my thing ephemeral. That's actually not a big deal. I don't think you can survive this. These both have overwhelm, so you can't live this. Nice. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes, a little over. So let's see if we can get one more good game in. Alright, on our way to Bronze 3. Just one more. One more game. A 68 LP in Bronze. We got Swain and Teemo together. That's an interesting combo. I can see how that has really good synergy. I'm wondering if this deck is kind of like a burn deck. This hand seems okay. This hand seems fine. We lack a turn 1 play, but our 2 into 3 seems pretty good. We already have a They Who Endure. So if the game starts going long, this will be massive. Oh my god. That's actually really good. Cards like you don't like. That's fine though. On 3, let's use 3 for this. Yeah, we're just gonna murderize both of these things and then get in for 6. Keep the board nice and clear, get some damage in, have okay size clocks on the board. Next turn it'll be a 4 mana turn for me. If I really want to, I can go 1. Huh, that thing has overwhelm. Let's see what my opponent does. Here's the question, do I actually care? We'll do it like that. So this will deal 2 damage, and then this will hit it. I'm still going to take 3 from the swing from my opponent, but I don't have a problem with that. Because the rest of my turn is just going to be putting out more threat. I think my opponent understood what was going on. Because we took out their attacker, and then we were just going to go ham. We're just going to put a lot of damage into them. I feel bad because I really wanted to play that game out, but at the same time, I don't think we were losing that. Let's play it. Let's play one more. Let's see if we can get one more in. We'll push the video to about 40 minutes. I actually don't like this hand very much. I think we'll replace these. The Kalista and the Haunted Relic aren't.
Elise, where are you?
I mean, that's not awful. Wow, multiples of Elise and Kalista. That's kind of funny. Get the attack in. He can trade with the spider if he really wants to.
Please, I have connections.
I'm not really against him doing that. It's interesting. I have some interesting plays available to me.
I am the blade in the dark.
That's a Zedekis Zulzander. That is a reference to something that I don't think anyone watching this video will catch.
Shadows cut deep as any weapon.
Is it worth it for me to just let the Zeds hit? I think I'm okay taking this. Like, normally I wouldn't want the Zed to evolve, but I don't know. I think I'm okay with this. Alright, let's cast the Haunted Relic. And now what my intent is for me to swing, have these hit first, and then Kalista hitting at the end. Zed can eat my Elise if I'm not careful. I don't know how much of a problem I have with that.
My life for the order.
Technically, Zed can eat my Elise if I swing with her. I have a second Elise though, so I don't know how much I actually care, and that'll open Zed up. Well, no, I can Black Spear the Zed no matter what, can't I? Yeah, I think we just do this, and we just sit on it. Even though I do have a second Elise in hand, actually. I think because we have the second Elise, we swing with the Elise.
Cut the breath from them.
Zed blocks on the Elise. I'm not surprised.
It's too late for you.
It's blocking on the Spiderling. That's not a big deal. I'm perfectly okay with these blocks right now.
I am a true master.
Zed realizes that the Spiderling can't get in front. Nice. I still lose my Kalista though. But my Kalista in my hand is leveled up, which I think that is quite worth. I think I'd rather have the one that can block on the board. Yeah. So now the question is, since my opponent just kind of let their Zed go out there, is their Zed? Was that their only Zed? Or do they have another one in hand? I could totally see them having another one in hand based on how they've been playing. They ran the Zed out, and they kind of blocked aggressively with it. I want to say that my way I was playing gave the impression that I don't have a second Elise or Kalista. But I don't know. Well, I was very they do see when you're moving things around to attack, and I was very hesitant to swing with my Elise. I'm gonna make a copy of this, except it's ephemeral. Interesting. Okay, and they have 3 more mana. So I'm curious as to what they might be trying to do. I'm just gonna draw cards here. Draw 2, put a 4/4 that can block. That's a good card. That's another good card. Ooh, we drawing some goodies. We're finding all the pieces of candy right now. Let's put it out like this. Because if I block certain ways, 2 Spectritis, that's what they did that. That's a pretty good play. They do have Hecarim's in their deck. That's not a bad play at all. They're trying to get in for some good old damage. I like that. I respect it a lot. We're not going to use our second Elise just to... Even though Elise I don't think is actually that strong of a unit in the way this deck works. So... How do I don't really have good ways to arrange these blocks, do I? This is just... I can't block that.
Ready the torches.
Do I just arrange these to take as little damage as possible? I really don't like this block, but it's like I'm still taking 2 that I can't do anything about, and I don't really want to be getting hurt that badly. Honestly, good plays from my opponent. So, let's run out our Kalista. What are we doing? They might be just trying to nuke my Kalista before she does anything. Ooh, but they chose not to cast that spell. Because they have 7, so they have 7's enough for vengeance. So I could totally see them doing that. They are Shadow Isles, yeah, they're Shadow Isles. They have Ionia stuff, so technically they can recall my Kalista. Create. Interesting play. And now your interesting play, I'd like to show you a more interesting play. So, yeah, no. Absolutely not. And then these guys are gonna swing. And I'm gonna get a free card draw out of it. Sure, place your blocks where you can. Because you're not blocking my Kalista. Yeah, buy ephemeral.
My saplings. Alert the village.
Ooh, that's a good draw. So, we'll see what my opponents do.
The Yordle here's with me.
They have a couple elusive cards. I actually want to run out this. How much life is my opponent at? My opponent's at 6. Part of me wants to just throw this out. These are going to die no matter what at the end of turn. And that's what? 3 life puts my opponent to 3. Puts him in a really bad spot going into the next turn. They have 4 mana though. I think I want to. Do I want to play a Concerti because they have the 4 mana open? They have a deny probably, so we'll pass. I can't do anything about that. Let's see. If I play this, how will my opponent react? Because this will buffer my life total, and it makes their blocks going into the next turn really poor. Alright. And attacks.
We could use a bite.
I actually forget the line of text where Kalista's bonded to this. Yeah, my opponent just accepts the fact that they can't actually beat this. Woo! This deck's so good. It's so sweet. Alright, and we started Bronze 4, and now we are Bronze 3. Let's go. Good start. What's the point being? 20 LP? We'll find out in a second. Puts me 16 LP in. Okay, so before we end this, I actually want to jump over and take another look at this deck. And edit. So, I genuinely really like this deck. This deck feels really good because it has very aggressive lines that put pressure on my opponents, as you saw me like take those types of lines very frequently in the beginning of games. But then when you get into situations where you're on the back foot, it has lots of tools to be able to kind of deal with what your opponent's doing. So, like, I have... Where's the card? Vile Feast to ping out some annoying things, and it also buffers my life total. Blight Caretaker helps me create the Sapper Links, which I can use to force bad blocks on my opponent to deal with some annoying threats. Fear of the North just as a combat trick. 4/4, like, I never used it there, but it was actually very good that I had them. And it just, when this card has been great, it's been amazing when I've been playing. This card buffers your life total, and it also puts pressure on your opponent as all your things are dying. Atrocity just ends games out of nowhere sometimes, especially if I go They Who Endure and just Atrocity it. I literally put They Who Endure, swing, pass to the next turn, hold up my Atrocity for when my opponent has any type of like nonsense coming. Kalista's very strong. This card's so good. This card's honestly like the face of the deck. The Elise is good, but Elise really doesn't do much in this deck. She's just an aggressively costed threat. Which, you know, it's good, but if I'm looking at my Elise and my Kalista, and you're asking me which one I don't mind trading, I don't mind trading the Elise ever. But the Kalista, like, I love this card. Like, this card does so much. And she evolved, well, levels up. She levels up very quickly. This deck's super sweet. It's really good if you like something that's not quite aggro, not quite control. It can do a little bit of both, but it also puts very good pressure on your opponent and forces them to have answers. I like this deck. I hope you give it a try. I'm going to try to remember to put a link to the deck in my description. So, I don't know what the next deck we're going to play is. I have a lot of decks, most of which are reasonably, like, are reasonable in the meta. So, if you have anything you want to see, just looking at my 11 decks I have made, please do me a favor, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and otherwise, have yourselves a wonderful evening. Peace.